Welcome back, Lacrosse friends, here at the Onondaga Nation Fieldhouse for Game 5 of today's All-Stars North American Invitational. I'm Tom Scavetta, joined alongside Steven Stamp. So now, for this game, I will be doing the play-by-play duties to give Stamp just a little break.
Yeah.
It's
rest the throat just a touch. I just had a buffalo burger, so I'm energized.
It's another Pool F matchup, Steven. It's the KC Powell World Lacrosse team and the Courage Game House team, two teams that both lost, got pretty, I'd say, manhandled by the Stingers in their two matchups. But now it's going to be interesting to see this matchup, especially without KC Powell being here, how these two teams will fare out.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a very interesting game, and I think the Courage Game team is feeling pretty good about their chances, the way they came together, because they really kind of got things rolling. We'll see how it plays out. Again, Tim Ostrom will be facing off to open things up, and it's going to be interesting to see what comes of this. Both teams trying to bounce back.
Tim Austin for the Courage Game House team and Billy Ngayan for KC Powell will face off. Austin was actually very successful in face-offs against the Stingers in their first game. Austin currently a senior at Anna Maria College.
There you go. You can check out all of the stats for this tournament. Stats.pointbench.com/LASNAI, LASNAI, /2017. Or just go to pointbench.com and open up the stats from last year's tournament and change the 6 to a 7 at the end of 2017. You're good to go.
Nice. We're on their way as Wynn had the face-off. And it's going to be CP ball as a quick shot missed there just wide left side of the goal. It's picked up by Ngayan, and he loses it. There's number 2, Billy Ngayan, as he finds his teammate. That's number 7. Excuse me. As CP drives inside, quick shot. Forced aside by Brandon Gibson, the goalkeeper for Courage Game House team.
Yeah, and Gibson played the second half of their first game a little earlier and did a pretty nice job of it. And another nice save there, getting the leg on it.
Here's Martin Bowes, number 7. Had a goal in the first game for CP. And that shot forced aside again by Gibson.
Yeah, it just went wide, so it's off the back boards. It'll be an over and back because it did not touch any of the Courage Game players.
So Courage Game will have possession of the ball. As there's a quick shot there by number 23. That is Tim Kraus. As Ngayan trying to force his way in. And as he fell down, CP ball. As they now advance it over to the Courage Game side of the floor. So can move the ball around. A little screen there set. No over and back this time. The official waves
that
his
one went
hands
off
no.
the post, so that will nullify the over and back, so CP gets to hang on to it. It was a nice little pick there by Chad Thompson to open things up.
Greg Maloff feed inside, but no good. Turnover as now Nick Weldon and the Courage Game House team have possession.
Nice pickoff by Chad Thompson, running back on the back check and between a pair of Courage Game players, just snagged that ball out of midair.
Here's Malaw. Shot saved there by Gibson. As now there's a fight for the ball by the boards over there. As CP maintains possession. A little interference call there on CP. Looks like it's going to be Courage Game ball.
Yeah, we're just coming up on 3 minutes into the game, scoreless so far, but we will have the first penalty of the day. It's an interference call going to Franklin Cole of CP, so it'll be a power play for the Courage Game.
Nick Midbow just checked into the game for Courage Game.
And Keith Gagne doing his first game of the weekend. He was one of the RICs, assistant RIC at the European Championships in Finland. Called a lot of games. You get used to calling the 2-minute penalties. That's called the 1 minute here, and told them it was 2, was informed they're 1 minute penalties unless you really think somebody did something bad.
As there's a fight for the loose ball between both teams. It is picked up by Seth Miller for Courage Game. It's Miller as he finds his teammate. As a turnaround shot by Ngayan. Let's see.
Saying
no goal.
Crease foul. He stepped on the line. And Courage Game is going to hand back the power plays. They're called for coming early off the bench, trying to take away that transition opportunity.
As let's see what happens.
So that'll make it 4-on-4, but the CP penalty will actually expire just about as play is going to get back underway. So we'll wind up going to. Oh no, they didn't call it.
Oh, they picked it up.
Sure.
Here's Midbow. And Ngayan, he finds his teammate. Here's Jacob Wynn. Wynn shot. Blocked there by the goalkeeper. And fight for the ball there. Behind the goal. And Courage Game looks to have it. It's a loose ball. Back to Casey Powell. Casey Powell rushes down the floor. And they'll settle things down, try to set up their offense. A nice spin move there around Wynn. As there's number 3. That is Alex Scrifiano. Shot blocked there by Gibson. Gibson, good job using his body. As now for Courage Game number 23, Tim Kraus. Under 10 minutes to go. And Kraus trying to find the back of the net. And the shot is saved.
A little twister by Kraus right on top of the crease. Nice play, but the goaltender just getting in the way and turning that one aside. I believe that's still Blazzuti. As far as I know, they've only still got the one goaltender in the CP team. So
Courage Game
gets
possession.
that arm out.
As there's Miles Greenblatt. As he was looking for his teammate.
That's a tough pass for AJ Young to try and catch off to his offside, having to reach down and back with the left hand on the top of the stick, and couldn't quite pull it in.
Looks like AJ Young called for a behind-the-back body check. Casey Powell possession. Here's Martin Bowes. And he's fronted by Weldon. Good job defensively here by Courage Game, as an over and back is the call. So Courage Game and Casey Powell, still no score here. Over 6 minutes into this game, Kraus shot just wide of the right post.
Kraus looking dangerous. He came up actually before the game and had a nice chat with him about how he's getting to have his games called here at the Lacrosse All-Star North American Invitational. All the games are on the YouTube channel and right on the LASNAI page.
Gibson, another save, and here's Kraus again.
Kraus all over the floor and breaking out this time. Went on offense, went back and played defense, and starts the breakout.
Here's Wynn. Wynn. Low shot there. No avail, but they regain possession. Here's AJ Young motioning to settle things down. Wynn. As he's looking for some daylight, as he's trying to take it himself. No, he feeds it. As the shot clock goes off.
Yeah, he tried to find Young on the back door, and the pass just got away from him, kind of bounced up off the glass. We're midway through the first of two 15-minute running time periods.
Jordan Dempster in the game. Shot there, forced wide by Gibson again. So a really good start. That was Alex Scrifiano on that shot. Casey Powell behind the back shot, and he puts it in. That was Scrifiano for the first goal of the game.
What a beautiful play, cutting through the middle of the shot went up off the foot. The previous shot off the foot of Gibson up out of play, so they get the ball back. Scrifiano takes the pass in the middle and just slips through, slices by the defenders, and behind the back, just past the outstretched right foot of Gibson.
Score is 1-0. It'll be Greenblatt for Courage Game and Ngayan for Casey Powell to face off. As we have a short stop to play, then we resume. And a face-off is won by Ngayan and Casey Powell, but he lost it. Greenblatt trying to scoop it up, and he does on the second try. Here's Courage Game. Greenblatt's going to take it himself and take a shot. as it one-hopped the goalkeeper. Here's Casey Powell down the other end.
I think Evan Cree actually blocked that shot at the other end, and then he tries to make a pass across here. It gets knocked away.
And a shot there blocked by Kraus. Got a stick in the way. And the loose ball is picked up by Casey Powell, as that pass was wide of Billy and Guyan. Picked up by Weldon. Across the floor to Austin. And Austin settle things down. Underhand flips over to Weldon. 18 on the shot clock. 5:40 to go in this first half. As now Casey Powell back with it. Wynn back there to halt the potential fast break. It's number 18, Brandon Spillett now with possession of the ball. And a shot there blocked by Gibson. A high to low shot. This was attempted by number 17, Franklin Cole. It's number 7, Martin Bowes. Bowes pass inside. That's Cole, who finds the back of the net.
Just beats the 30-second clock. Kind of a lob pass across there by Martin Bowes, and lets Cole go and get it. Kind of like Carson Palmer, just lobbing it down, believing that Larry Fitzgerald will come up with the ball, and Cole does so. And then a little step-back shot and bounces it through the legs of Gibson. He's smiling ruefully because he knows he had a good chance at that one, and it just snuck past him before the 30 expired to make it 2-0 CP.
I like that reference there.
Thank you. I like to sprinkle some football into my lacrosse.
4:30 to go, 2-0 Casey Powell over Courage Game. Both teams 0-1 so far in this tournament. It's going to be Greenblatt and Evan Cree for Casey Powell. And the face-off is going to be scooped up by number 7. It's Martin Bowes. As now Casey Powell brings it across. As there's number 3, Grant Whiteway in the game. Shot there. And just wide there, Gibson trying to get in the way of the shot. Casey Powell still has the ball. There's Dempcher, shot clock violation.
Yeah, I was just going to say a nice job by CP to not panic and take their time and get that last shot off, but they made one pass too many, and Bowes had no time to get that shot away.
And here's Kraus. There's a loose ball. Kraus fighting for it, but it's eventually picked up by Blasutti as he passes it ahead. It's number 11 on Casey Powell.
Who doesn't exist.
Don't think we have a number for him. As Casey Powell with the ball, that's Cree. Loose ball picked up by Austin. Eludes one defender. Trapped there by multiple defenders. Needs some help. Austin finally gets rid of it. The loose ball is picked up by Cree and CP. Under 3 minutes to go in this first half. Pass ahead to Matt Riccozzi. As it looks like Bowes is going to settle things down here. As the shot blocked by the right foot of Gibson. As that one won't be blocked, as it's Bowes with the goal to put Casey Powell up 3-0.
Yeah, Martin Bowes just swoops in, grabs that loose ball. Gibson had made the original save. The ball was sitting there on the edge of the crease, and I don't think any of the defenders saw where it was, and he was able to just snag it before anyone became aware and quickly tucked it home.
And you see Austin on the bench now, who actually broke his thumb over the summer, tending to it right now. May affect him on that face-off later on.
He's been doing a pretty good job on the face-offs, but yeah, it can start to get sore as you go.
Greenblatt, a shot blocked by Blasutti. Under 2 minutes now. As that pass just a tad high for Riccozzi. And Greenblatt trying to pick up that loose ball. He does. Finds Wynn. There's Wynn. Not much help there. Trying to fit in a low shot. A little wide. Here's Seth Miller in the game for Courage Game. Win a shot, blocked again by Blasutti. Excellent save. Loose ball picked up by CP. Really nice move there. As for CP, that's number 4, Chris Rosenthal.
Gibson doing a nice job of shutting down Rakosa's shooting angle there, coming over to his near post.
As Greg Malaw, stick check there by Weldon, but Malaw gets it back.
Final minute of play in the first half.
Shot just wide. That was Billy and Guyan. As the ball is going to belong to, I believe, I want to say Courage Game. It is. A little over and back call there.
22 seconds in the half.
As you see Kraus trying to fight for that loose ball. Under 20 seconds to go. Casey Powell throws it all the way down the field, and it's picked up by Cole. Blocked by Gibson. It looks like it hit the left pole. Kraus, 3 seconds. And not aware that the clock was expiring, and that will do it for the first half. Casey Powell, World Lacrosse Foundation 3, Courage Game, House Team nothing.
And the Courage Game, I know they felt like with Casey Powell not here yet, I think he'll be here tomorrow. They had a chance to go after this one, but the CP team really doing a pretty good job of finishing. Well, when we take a quick break, we'll be back in about 2 minutes with the second half. I'm Steven Stamp. He's Tom Scavetti doing play-by-play. Having fun?
Yeah, giving it a shot. It's not easy to keep up at first, especially with a couple of these number changes and stuff, but it's going along
pretty well. We'll be back in a minute and a half.
And welcome back, as we're here now at the Onondaga Nation Fieldhouse with second half coverage of the Casey Powell World Lacrosse Foundation and the Courage Game house team. Casey Powell leads Courage Game by a score of 3-0 as we're about to get ready for the opening second half face-off. It will be Tim Austin for Courage Game and Evan Cree for Casey Powell. We're underway. Face-off is won by Austin and Courage Game. As in the game for Courage Game, number 25. Don't have a 25 on the roster. Great start. As Casey Powell picks it up. So they have it now. And it's picked up again by number 25. Still trying to figure out who that is. That's Eli Gobrit. Here's Wynn. Wynn, a shot hit the top right post. Wynn. Big opportunity there to put this Courage Game team on the board.
Fun attempt at the other end. Chad Thompson going between the legs with one-hander, trying to find a hole. Would have been the goal of the tournament so far, but couldn't quite connect.
And here's Ngayan for Courage Game. As Wynn fighting for that loose ball. As Casey Powell out hustling Courage Game there. As Brandon Spillett saved by Gibson.
Great back check by Brian Ngayan to get that ball. or at least knock the ball loose.
Wynn just lost the ball there, and it's scooped up by the goalie.
Yeah, he was trying the one-hand shovel pass and didn't quite have the angle that he wanted on it. Trying to reach around the defender.
Shot there saved by Gibson. Casey Powell, again, another shot. Push to the side there. And Courage game. Trying to make quick pickings here.
That was a laser of an outlet pass. Actually, Tristan John, who stepped in between the pipes for the Courage game in the second half. And what an outlet pass he fired.
And that shot is blocked nicely there by Blasutti. The ball is skipped on back. Picked up by Casey Powell. And Riccozzi. Riccozzi, there's nobody in front of him, and he scores. Austin cannot get there in time. Riccozzi puts Casey Powell up 4-0.
Lovely run by Riccozzi. You can see he's having some fun with that. Just fires far side, sneaks it inside the post. As a goalie, when a guy's on the run like that, you're going to give him the far side, take away the near post, and force him to make the perfect shot, and then try and adjust when he does shoot, get over there. And Riccozzi did what he had to do, firing that one just inside.
There's another late substitution there. Greenblatt will face off with Ngayan. Face-off is won. Greenblatt looked like he had it. The ball is still loose as he crashes the boards hard. And it's picked up by Casey Powell. That's Grant Whiteway. Quick shot by Whiteway, and he's going to score.
Great patience by Whiteway as he comes around the crease, throws a couple of fakes, just keeps his feet moving. And when you have the goalie and the four and the runner both with their feet moving, that's usually to the advantage of the runner.
Casey Powell now ahead 5-0. Austin and Ngayan will face off. As we alluded to earlier, that thumb of Austin seemed to be an issue right in front of us on the bench. And the face-off is won by Austin, and Courage game. Here's Wynn. Wynn, nice move. Wynn as he shoots it, and Blasutti saved it. Looked like he caught that under his armpit there.
Yeah, just trapped between the arm and the body.
As here's Casey Powell down the other end. That shot blocked there by Gibson.
Blasutti then did the little goalie sidestep that you do when you want to step away from the net. If the ball falls out, you want it trickling past the post, not inside the post.
Kraus finds Austin to Ngayan. Little wide there with that pass, and loose ball is scooped up by Casey Powell. Here's Rosenthal across the mid-floor line. As he finds his teammate. Casey Powell looking to reset things up. As Martin Bowes had it. Still does. Nice spin move. As Greenblatt came over to help Kraus. That loose ball is picked up by CP.
Fresh 34 CP as we have 5 minutes into the second half. 5-0 still the score.
Bowes looking for some daylight. He's fronted by Greenblatt. As charging in comes Malaw. Looks like Gibson stopped that one as well. Casey Powell has kept Gibson busy back there in the goal. Kraus trying to get Courage game on the board right here. As Ngayan around the screen set there by Young. There's number 11 for Casey Powell. There's going to be a call here. Let's see what it is. Delay a game?
Too many illegal substitution.
So that will be the call. And at the 9:02 mark of this second half, as we have a stoppage of play.
Remember, you can check all the stats. You can see all the rosters and keep track with us just go to stats.pointbench.com, LASNAI, or /LASNAI /2017. Just go to pointbench.com, go to the 2016 tournament and add 617 at the beginning, and at some point it will be put up there live.
As Kraus misfired on a shot, but Young there to keep possession as that shot sails way above the goal.
Yeah, a little stick-on-stick check and caused it to go well off target.
The shot there stopped by Tristan John.
Acrobatic save by the big goalie, throwing that leg out to make the stop in the splits.
Welton, as Connor trying to get there, a little slow to it though. CP picks it up. As Wynn fighting along the boards, trying to scoop up that loose ball, trying to use his body. And a nice move there by CP.
Yeah, but the forecheck by Jacob Wynn cost the 10-second count because they never took possession. So the ball still on the count of the CP, and they didn't get it across the line in 10 seconds.
There's Welton over to Wynn. As Courage Game trying to get on the board, trying not to get shut out. They lost 12-2 to the Stingers earlier today. And Guyan fronted nicely by Rosenthal. And Guyan, no room to work with there. Nice behind the back pass. As Midbow couldn't really handle it. Wynn trying to go high to low, and it's blocked. And Guyan still trying to use his body and try to sneak one past the goalkeeper to no avail. And fight for the loose ball there.
I like the play by Nick Midbow for Courage Game down at the other end, taking his time and being patient and feeding it through a mass of sticks to get it to the back door for a chance.
Rakosi delivers that pass over to Whiteway. And a quick shot blocked there by John in the goal for this second half. And it's picked up by Malaw. As John cannot save it.
Thought he had it. He made a couple of spectacular saves back to back. And I thought he just made the best of the bunch as he was falling back, but got the hand on it. But the ball just dropped in behind the line as he fell back over his goal line. And boy, at some point you got to get that loosey for your goal. He makes the two big saves. You got to bail him out a little bit.
It's a good point there, Stamp, as it looked like Grant Whiteway puts Casey Powell up on top of Courage Game 6-0. Just under 6 minutes left to go in regulation. It'll be Austin and Cree facing off. And face off being fought for. A little physical there along the boards. It's picked up by Courage Game. Here's Gobert had it. Here's Wynn. Wynn, little hesitation, nice move. Behind the back shot, or excuse me, trying to shoot it from behind the goal.
Goes for the air, Jacob. Doesn't quite work out for him.
Casey Powell now with the ball. And fancy pass there by Bose.
Yeah, a little behind the back to Rakosi, who saw it coming and tried to shoot before it quite got there to the stick. Wound up turning it over.
As Ngayan unable to get the loose ball. Austin trying for it as well. Austin took a hard hit along the boards. There's going to be a call here on the floor.
It's a slashing call. Looks like it will go to Kyle Devitt of Casey Powell World Lacrosse. Kyle Devitt, one of my colleagues at Inside Lacrosse, and we are working together here with LaxAllStars to help grow the game. And we have a timeout coming.
So we're going to have a timeout.
Looking to take advantage of their manpower. They will have the power play, and they are setting something up.
Stephen, it's so far, it seems like Courage Game has had opportunities, just unable to capitalize on them.
Oh, no question. I think they've had some good chances. They, again, not quite used to playing with each other. I guess the CP group is not either, really, but it can be a little tricky. The Casey Powell team has done a pretty good job defensively of not letting guys get comfortable, I think, for the Courage game. When they'll take a pass, they'll get things going, they can get into positions, but there's somebody on them right away. There's no time to read and react to what's happening around you. They almost have to be ready to shoot before the ball even gets there and kind of have a good idea of what they're going to be doing.
And they'll have a 1-minute power play out of the break. 4:26 to go in the second half. And coming up next at 3:30, it's going to be the Seneca Marksmen versus the Gunawaga Indians in Pool A action. Kraus
First
now.
chance to see Seneca in action.
Yep. Kraus over to Wynn. Moving the ball around. Just like swinging the ball around the perimeter there. And a wild shot. And it's picked up by the goalkeeper, Blasutti. Dan Khalil in the game. And another goal by Casey Powell. And that goal looked like, get a number check on there. Looked like it was Whiteway again.
Yeah, his third of the game, and just taking advantage of a little breakdown again. Courage game. We were talking to Tim Austin before the game, and he was saying, we just got to talk. We're doing okay. We got to talk on defense, and it's tricky. I mean, you're trying to communicate. You're trying to say, I'm getting him. You get him. You're trying to figure out who you're getting. There are times where there's that lapse. Well, you take a few seconds or a part of a second to get over on somebody, and somebody like Whiteway or Bose is going to put that away before you have a chance to recover.
Face-off is won. Greenblatt had it and then lost it. So CP comes up with the ball as trying to shut out Courage game. Just 3 minutes to go. The 3:04
Stay with us after
mark.
the game. We will have an interview down on the field. I'll be making my way down shortly.
As Bose had it momentarily, and then looks like the ball is going to be picked up. No. CP keeps possession. Shot blocked by John. The follow-up is no good by Bose. So a couple of good blocks there by John.
Martin Bose scored one earlier, very similar, where he picked up that loose ball on the crease and almost did the same thing again, but this time Tristan John turns him aside.
And Welton tried to fire it over to Kraus a little wide. Kraus trying to get there. I'm going to call over and back on Courage game.
Good effort, just couldn't stay on his own side of the floor.
Here comes Spillett as we await the call. As CP will maintain possession. And Kraus tried to jump that pass, but CP will maintain possession. That's Scrifiano, who actually opened up the scoring in this game. Under 2 minutes to go. CP behind the net possession there. It was picked up by Kraus. He lost it. Welton trying to get there. And CP gets it right back. But Connor picks up the loose ball after CP lost it. And CP gets it back. Look at this. A nice spin move, and he fires. And he scores. That was number 14, Matt Riccozzi.
Yeah, Riccozzi twister right on top of the crease. Gets that ball and just crosses the hands over. Tucks that one home. Again, for Voyageurs, showing a strong presence here between Riccozzi and Martin Bose, Grant Whiteway, who really have dominated the score sheet for the CP team today. Casey Powell World Lacrosse.
So Austin and Cree at it again. That was Greenblatt, actually. Greenblatt wins the faceoff. And Ngayan trying to shoot, blocked by Blasutti. Greenblatt with a follow-up shot, as that one misfired as well. So a couple of good saves there by Blasutti. 9-0 Casey Powell, under 30 seconds to go. As Casey Powell, and they score one more time. as it looks like that was number 3 for Casey Powell. Grant Whiteway, his 4th goal of the game, as Steven Stamp will now head down to the field to get ready for his post-game interview, as we still have a second to go and the remainder of the clock ticks off. Your final score, Casey Powell World Lacrosse Federation 10, Courage Game House Team nothing. So Casey Powell improves to 1-1 after dropping a game earlier today to the Syracuse Stingers, as Courage Game House Game will drop to 0-2 in pool play. So Syracuse does win their pool by going 2-0. Casey Powell finishes 1-1. Courage Game 0-2. And we'd like to remind you all to stay tuned as Steven Stamp is getting ready for his post-game interview, as we'll see if he'll try to grab Grant Whiteway. And we'd like to thank you all for tuning in today here at the Onondaga Nation Fieldhouse. And coming up next, just a reminder, at 3:30 p.m., it's going to be the Seneca Marksmen against the Ganawagga Indians. Ganawagga Indians had a tough loss earlier to the Bassam Bombers, as Stamp trying to get an interview, as he's going to talk to Nick Welton. And we're going to send it down to
all right. Joey, your hair looks great, Nick. Nick Welton, the founder of the Courage Game. And I just want to give you a chance to talk about what you're doing with Courage Game. I talked about it a little bit on air, but it's just a great cause.
Yeah, I appreciate that. The Courage Game mission is to empower and support LGBT youth through sports and promote anti-bullying initiatives. We've partnered with Nike and the Be True line to increase access to sport. What that means is eliminating barriers for people to enter and play the game. We want them, no matter who they are, to feel comfortable and come out and play this game that we love, and that's what we do.
Great. And you sponsor this team, you put the team together, and you're out there playing as well. You got a full plate.
Yeah, it's fun. This is the fun part. All the paperwork and stuff. This is where you get to come out and just enjoy the game.
You guys didn't quite manage to get on the board, though. You're going to the relegation rounds, but what do you need to do to find your game when you get there? Guys, come on, man.
Ultimately, most of us have never even met before. This is a house team. So the fun part is coming out and learning with new people, building new relationships, friendships. I think we played a pretty good first half, actually. A couple of those get buried, and we're in a different ball game, I think. So who knows what the next few days hold, but it's going to be fun either way.
Nick Welton, founder of the Courage Game, thanks for being with us. And check it out. Great stuff you're doing with them, and thanks for being with us. We'll be back with more lacrosse action.